This is the Solid Signal podcast for the week of October 23rd, 2017. The excitement continues with our quest for better and newer audio equipment. I think that we actually got some improvements last week. I got a lot of positive comments and one kind of negative one. So I think the microphone is probably good, but I need to work on sound deadening. Let me know, as always, what you think of this week's improvements, because I want to give you the best possible podcast experience. This week we're talking about signal meters, and I've talked about that in past podcasts, but the subject has come up once again. This is partially due to some changes that are taking place over at DirecTV and Dish, some things that have happened over the last year, and also just the way, sort of the state of the meter universe. I've run into a couple of people who I would not have expected to be using older or less capable meters. I'm talking about commercial installers here, and yet you see these folks who are just sort of really attracted to their old Super Buddy meters or what have you, and haven't moved on to the latest and greatest. On the other hand, I have to say, as unfortunate as it is, that there is some limitation with our own SatLook Lite meter and Dish Eastern Arc, which has created some limitations for us, and we are working with our manufacturing partners to make sure that that gets resolved. But in the meantime, I have to admit, it is a problem. When it comes to a signal meter, I don't expect your average person to want to get a super expensive signal meter, to spend hundreds or perhaps thousands of dollars on signal measuring equipment that they may never use, or if they're tailgaters, they're only going to use once a week. Especially since most DirecTV and Dish equipment have built-in signal meters that will help you aim your dish in a pinch. But if you are the sort of person who is looking for a quality signal meter, I think the thing to say is that you shouldn't go halfway. I really like our SatLook Lite signal meter. It hasn't changed much since about 2012 when we released it, but it's a good option for Dish Western Arc or traditional DirecTV Swim. It hasn't kept up with the newer technology of Digital Swim and Eastern Arc, but if you can make do without those things, it's a great economical solution. Not the easiest thing in the world to understand, which is why we have some tutorial content on solidsignal.com. But I would say that if you are using a meter more than once a week, if you're aiming a dish more than one time every week, you deserve to spend the money on a quality meter. If you're a Dish user, a lot of people use the BirdDog Ultra, which has been around for years, but it is a very capable meter and it's going to do everything that you want to do. And for DirecTV, there is only one hands-down winner, and that is the DirecTV Advanced Installation Meter, or AIM. It's been recently updated to handle the DirecTV Digital Swim system, and believe me, this is the Cadillac or Mercedes of meters. This is the meter that is going to walk you through every single step of the process if you're a DirecTV user. It is faster and more responsive than trying to use the meters on the screen. It is more accurate. It reads just about every DirecTV dish. Let me say every DirecTV dish out there, period, including the international dishes that practically nothing else is going to read. So it's really worth it. It's going to save a lot of time over the months or years that you have it, because it's a very solidly built piece of equipment. It's got a replaceable battery, so that's really the only thing that's going to wear out on it. So you could be having this whole thing for a decade. And given the history of the company that makes it, they're clearly going to be keeping it up to date with the kind of things that you need to make sure if there's new technology that you're available, you're ready to handle it. I really think a quality signal meter of any kind, quality measuring equipment, is important if you're anything more than a casual user. I'm addicted to quality measuring equipment, and I'm very lucky that solidsignal.com helps me out with that. And if I had to spend my own money, it would be a lot harder to justify it, but I'm glad that I don't. More to the point, because I know not everybody is as lucky as I am, think about what you actually do, what you actually measure, whether it's Ethernet, fiber optics, satellite, antenna, what have you. A good signal meter makes the difference between a lot of headaches and a lot of success. I hope that you'll take a minute and shop for signal meters at solidsignal.com, and in the meantime, have a great week.